will collapse. Boris put down as Labour blows Conservative out of the water in new poll. Boris Johnson's lead over Labour in the Red Wall has all but evaporated after a new poll puts the Conservative 16 points behind Sir Keir Starmer's party. Boris Johnson enters 2022 with a new opinion poll suggesting the Conservative Party could lose up to 100 Tory seats. If emulated at the ballot box, Sir Keir Starmer would be left on the cusp of entering number 10 as Britain's first Labour Prime Minister since Gordon Brown lost the top job in 2010. The Deltapoll survey found support for the Labour Party was holding firm at 40%. Mr Johnson's Tories were 5 points behind on 35%. However, the Conservatives appear to have fallen even further behind in the Red Wall seats they won in the 2019 general election, as the opinion poll indicated the Labour Party have opened up a 16-point lead in the Red Wall. Some 49% of respondents suggested they would support Starmer's party, whereas, just 33% said they would back Boris. The Conservatives made 57 gains when Mr Johnson pledged to get Brexit done, including in many seats which have never voted Tory. The Conservatives added to their Commons contingent with victory in Hartlepool, a constituency which had voted Labour in all but one electoral contest since the Second World War, during the seat's by-election contest back in May 2021. However, support for the party has since collapsed. The Conservatives were defeated by the Liberal Democrats in the once safe seats of Chesham and Amersham in North Shropshire. The poll, conducted for the Mail on Sunday, also found Starmer was ahead as the best Prime Minister amongst Red Wall voters with 38% compared to 33% for Mr Johnson. Disaffection with the Prime Minister has also taken its toll on Tories in Parliament. Internal party problems proved problematic for the Prime Minister in the build-up to Christmas after Mr Johnson faced a backbench rebellion on COVID regulations and Lord David Frost, 56, resigned as the UK's Brexit minister. Reports also suggest as many as a dozen Conservative MPs have lost faith in Mr Johnson and have handed letters of no confidence to Chairman of the 1922 committee Sir Graham Brady, 54. The Prime Minister will attempt to salvage his premiership with a reboot of his government in January. This is said to include a shake-up of number 10 and the launch of Mr Johnson's levelling up agenda. 2 years have passed since Boris Johnson won his landslide 80-seat majority, but there are warning signs that should be flashing brightly. One of our New Year's resolutions must be to rediscover this. Having the highest burden of taxation in 70 years cannot be right for a Conservative government. No self-respecting party member can justify that. On top of the in-tray at the Treasury must be this coming year's big squeeze in how everyday folk will cope with the cost of living crisis. Families will be feeling the pinch in their pockets already, but it's only going to get worse this year, and probably much worse. It starts with a national insurance rise to pay for NHS and social care that will come out of pay packets from April. We are also already seeing a hike in energy costs that could set households back many hundreds of pounds this year. The first thing ministers could do is slash VAT on energy. This should be easy enough to do since, after leaving the EU, this would be a true Brexit dividend and make Labour decide if they really do support the benefits of Brexit or want to keep VAT on energy bills, as we would have to do if we were still in the EU as they wanted. In short, there needs to be more cheaper energy rather than always the greenest energy. The cost of living could prove to be the biggest headache for Boris Johnson this year as we hopefully view the pandemic out of the rearview mirror and at last learn to live with COVID. Any temptation to implement more pandemic restrictions would be a hammer blow to thousands of businesses up and down the country. It is clear that the Labour Party has nothing at all to offer the country, but it must not be complacent about the result of the next general election. Not be complacent.